Hello everyone, I'm back again after that demonstration. I had a little break and I'm now back, so I'm just going to give a little demonstration on colouring this head in. Just trying to make some space. Okay, so I think that's an ultramarine blue, so I'm just going to draw some of this out, which is here. Just going to go over. I've got a shiny piece of card here, so this is shiny, so it does make a difference. It's not going to have any tooth in the paper because it's shiny, so we'll see how this blends. Right, so I think we've got some dark areas here, so I'm going to use ultramarine blue. I'm just going to go over the dark areas that we need that are really dark. The reference, let me show the reference photo. So the reference photo is this one. So there's like blue shades, darker shades, especially inside here. These are the darker areas here, around here. So that's what I'm going to put in now. Okay, so put the dark in here. So just so we know where to put our brown. So I'm using a side of it here. Right, so I think the eyes in here are quite dark, so I'm going to just sketch out the eyebrows. And that bit in there. A little bit dark under the nose. And around this side. Around this nostril. And this corner bit here. And this eyebrow. And a bit up here. So, and under his neck, it's really dark, so I'm going to just put a big blue bit underneath here. I'm using it again on its side. Okay. Just because it covers more area quicker. Okay, so this is I think it's ultramarine, but it looks ultramarine to me, so that's the blue one. Then we're going to use a sienna. That's more of a, you've got burnt sienna and raw sienna. So burnt sienna is more of an orange brown, and raw sienna is more of a dark brown, so like a really dark brown. So yeah, this is a normal sienna. So when you're painting, you use these colours together to make your darks up. So this would be your darkest colour. So I'll show you by going over this how dark this comes out. Same as if you was painting with a paintbrush and your paints. So this is quite dark. So if I go back over it again with the blue, you can see how dark it gets. So that's the colours that we would use. So I'm just going to go over the dark areas. Okay, so let's okay, so I don't want this video to be too long, but I think it may take half an hour to draw this, like to colour this in or pastel this in. So just for a little warning. I don't think my videos are meant to be short. I don't think any video I've done's been short yet. It just takes a while sometimes. Right, so let's have a look. So we'll put some more brown in here, his eyebrows. It's quite dark in there. So when you see the reference photo, it makes you kind of squint a bit. You can see this bit between his eyes. If you squint your eyes, you can see where the dark places are. So you can then see where the light needs to go. So I know that underneath here is quite dark. It's got brown underneath here. And his chin is quite dark under here. Oh. I can't put this, I want to put this reference photo up at the same time, but I don't think I'm going to fit it on the screen. I need to get some technical help. And then I'll be able to display it properly, and you'll be able to see it properly. Okay, so I'm gonna put some brown in here, just on its side. So we just want to get the layers in first of all. So we just want to get the blocked colours down. So the block colours are what's important, because once it's blocked out and you can see where you're going, which makes it easier. Right, up here. See, this is the ugly stage that everybody hates. The ugly stage where you hate your painting. Okay. So this bit here, around here, a bit in there. This bit's quite light. I'm just going to put it in a bit lighter. There's a bit of highlight in that. So there's a bit of dark shadow across here. I'll just put that to there. Okay. So we've got some under this eye here. Okay, and he's got a bit of an eyelid. You know, the little crease underneath your eye. Okay, a bit there, a bit around here. Okay, so right, so that's the brown. That's sienna. Okay, so we do the dark tones first, as much of the dark tones as we can. I have got a darker brown here, which is, this one says Van Dyke. This one is. This is a brown one. This is a Reeves one, which is the oily ones. So these are quite oily. So I'm just going to go over this bit here, the eyebrows, and this one here. And I'm going to do his eyelids, and I want to put in the eye. So I'm just going to put the eyes in like this. So it's quite dark on the actual eyelid, and coming down to here is quite dark as well. So his eye's not really open. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. It's a bit more closed, like that. Right, so okay. So I'm going to leave a little highlight spot on both eyes, which is like that. So if you leave a highlight spot, then because you can't always get that highlight back in, so it's good to kind of leave it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour this in, because his eyes are dark. I'm going to colour this in with the dark brown, and then I'm going to go back over it again and put touches of black in it, just so it stands out. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to use, what black have I got? I've got a few soft ones. This one is, and this one says it's a dark grey. No, it's probably not the right colour. Let me just try this one. Yeah, that should be okay. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, that is better. Right, so I'm going to put the pupil in. Okay. And then I'm going to put the outline of the eyelid. The pupil, because it is dark. Okay, so we'll just do it like that for now. So outline just gone over. Right, I've just gone over my white spot now, my highlight. So look, I've got no highlight there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my palette knife to scrape out the white bit that I want back again. So that's good. It's not completely white, but it is, you can see that it's gone down to that layer, so I could probably add the white in afterwards. Right, so I'm going to do the eyelids, because the eyelids, it's got like a line of lashes which are dark, and it's quite dark along here, so I'm going to do that dark as well. Okay, right, okay, so that's his eyes. Now I would suggest nothing is white, even the whites of his eyes are not white, so I'm gonna put some grey inside here, because it's more grey, and then you can add highlights. Remember what I said about the cherry on the top is your purest colours, so the colours that come out the tube, your clown colours, they are all for your cherry on the top for your highlights. So if you now want to put a white highlight in there, it will stand out because it's not white, it's like a grey colour. I haven't got a lighter one, and this is the lightest I've got. So okay, so now we've got some colour, you can see what we're doing. So I'm now going to use, move these out, look at all these. I'm now going to use some pinks. Put that on the floor because I have no space. Okay, so let's have a look. So I've got some light pinks. They're like this colour. I'm going to use probably this one, but a smaller one, because it's easier for me to use. So put some highlights underneath his eye and his cheek. It's quite light there. Okay, so a bit under here, some in here, and a bit here. So you just got to keep looking. The more you look at your reference photo, the more you'll see in your picture. So don't make it up and think, I think that's where it goes. Just copy it. You know, that's what it's there for. It's there to copy, and everybody uses reference photos. Even top artists use reference photos, unless it's out of their heads. because you need something to copy. Your brain needs to know what it's doing, and you can't just make it up, because it doesn't work like that, you know. You have to have something to copy. You need to know where you're going and what you're doing. Okay, so I've got this, it's like a peachy colour, this one. Okay, so put some more colours down. Okay, right here. It's really light underneath here, so I'm just going to put a light layer in underneath there. He's got a big highlight on his nose, but it's still not white. It's not white, so I can do it lighter. It's got a light area here. Okay, and underneath here, across his lips here, it's quite light. Okay, so let's put that in there. Okay. Right, so I'm going to block some of this out so I can see where I'm going. So he's got a big lip here. That's his lip here, but it's quite dark, so I'm going to go back, I think, with the dark brown and some blue. I think I need some blue underneath here because he's got quite a big lip at the bottom. Okay. Bit of blue just to make it that bit darker. There's a big piece here that's blue. So you just have to look at the shadows and where the shadows are coming from, and it's your interpretation of what you want it to look like. So you can use whatever colours you want to use, but it's just helpful to know what colours go together and what colours blend well together as well. Right. I've lost his, I don't think I did his eyebrow on that side actually. He hasn't got an eyebrow, so I don't think I did it. So I'm just going to put it in now. So when you do, when you learn to do faces and people, you learn that your eyebrow is actually the top part. When you see a skull, when you see a skeleton or a skull head, and you've got this section here where the eyes are, if you imagine this being the hole in the skull, you've got two of these. You've got a bit here that it's probably that shape actually. You've got a bit here where the hole is, but this bit's hard bone, and this bit is actually your eyebrow. So this whole gap here is where your eye fits, okay? And there's nothing in there. There's an eyeball in there, which is quite big. It's about that big, an eyeball, with a little dot inside it, which is obviously where your eyeball, your pupil and all that is, but the actual eyeball is quite big, and it sits inside that hole. So if you imagine when you're going to draw a head that you've got two invisible holes here, that where your eyeball goes, then you kind of get a bit more understanding of the structure of the face. And it's quite interesting. I'm going to do a Loomis head demonstration as well. I might tag it on the end of this. It depends how long this video gets, first of all, so we'll see. It might be too long. It might be too long, we'll see. Okay, so I'm just going to blend this in. Now, he's got some, let's look at the picture. Yeah, I need to put some lighter pink in here. And that's my brown. My brown's down here. I've got a couple of browns here. I'm just going to show you. So this one is a raw umber because it's darker. This one is a sienna. Okay, so that's the difference between raw umber and raw sienna. This is a lighter. This is a lighter one. This has got more yellow in it, so it's on the lighter shade. So I think we'll probably use all of these. Okay, so let's get the nose. I'm going to get the nose done first. I think I'm going to put some dark in for the nostril so I can see where I'm going. And up here. And the nose comes out quite wide here. But I'm going to do it in a different colour because I don't want to make a line. But I want to be able to see where that nose is. So I'm going to put a bit more blue up this side because I feel that it comes up here. There's a dark piece here as well. So okay. So, so it's quite dark under that bit. There's a little triangle bit underneath there, and there's a little triangle bit underneath here, which is there. This bit, I'm just going to make this bit a bit darker up here. Okay. Right, let's put some lips in here, so it's like a lip line here. I don't like doing lip lines. I normally do up 2 lines, so they're normally up to. You don't actually physically draw. I don't like physically drawing lips because they don't come out how I want them to come out, so I don't normally do them. Let's see which ones I've got here. See, some of my pastels are better than others. Oh, this one's, look, see this one? This one's better than this one. So I'm going to use this one. So it's got a really light tone. So I'm going to a bit of blue here. Okay. Now I'm going to use a lighter. I think I'm going to use the peachy colour I've got here, which is this one. This is quite a light one. Right. So let's do the nose. I'm just going to blend this in. Okay, so I'm going to blend this under the eye. So I'm doing little circles, and I'm just blending in with the colour that's underneath. Okay, so you can see it's really smooth and it's easy to blend it because I've got a smaller piece here. Just find it easier to use smaller pieces. Okay. So it's starting to build up with colour now. Okay. So I'm just going to blend this in here. Okay. This bit's part up here. There's a little highlight there, which I'm going to put in there now. Okay. Right, this bit's still dark. I've got a little bit there. And it's quite dark underneath the nose, so I'm going to get that bit in there. This bit here is quite dark, so I'm going to show the shadows, which go underneath like this. I'm just going to go back in there with the dark again. And it's just about building layers up, layers of oil pastels up. Okay, so I'm going to try on the top here with a piece of candle wax. So I'm just going to blend this, see how, because you can layer on top, which is quite good, quite nice as well. So blends quite nice, makes it soft, it glides quite nicely as well. So I'm doing like little circles. This is another reason why it doesn't always dry straight away, because you think wax is soft for a long time. So yeah, I haven't got any linseed oil because I don't do oil paintings, so I don't actually use it very much. So I haven't actually got any. So it's probably something that you'd need to try to see how you get on with it and if you like it. It doesn't smell. It's not as bad. I mean, white spirit smells really strong. So yeah, it's probably not my white spirit's not my first choice. Okay, so I'm just going to go back over this bit to make it darker again, and just define some of the things that I want to stand out. Alright, so this bit here I want to stand out. Back onto the eyebrow. So, back onto this one. Just going around that to define that a bit more. this on its side. That's it. So I think black really does stand out quite well. I wouldn't normally use black, but I quite like it, and I think it stands out and shows more definition in the features. Alright, let's use this all white. So I'm gonna blend this in, some of this in here. Okay, so it does depend on what colour is on the top and what colour is on the bottom, depending on how it's going to look. So it depends on what you're blending through it. So you might need to try on a bit of scrap paper just to see which way around you like it and what looks better for the effect that you want to get. You might do it one way, not like it, and then do it another way and really like it, or like the effect that it gives you. So there's no rules to which is right and wrong. It's just finding your own way and your own style and what you like. And oil pastels is just about building up layers. And you can just use these for blending. So look, I've got a bit of brown on there now, so you need to wipe your pastels. I use a trusted tea cloth, tea towel, but it just comes straight off. Look, if you've got good pastels, it will just wipe straight off, which is quite good. So I'm just going to go back over this bit at the top, put this highlight back in here, put a highlight here, which I'm going to put in. This bit's really light. This part here, okay, this bit here is still light. I might have to put a bit more, let's try this one instead, just to warm it up a bit. Need to blend that bit in a bit more. So it gets the colour that I'm looking for. That's it. Right, so if you get too much on there and you think I actually need to take some off because it's too thick, you can. Scrape it with a palette knife and it will come off underneath that original layer. So that's going to be blue underneath there because that's the original colour that I put on. Okay. Come around and do this side. Right, I'm just going to make this bit a bit lighter here. That's it. Okay. I'm going to blend this side in a little bit. Just into that. Just into the edge. I'm hoping you can see this okay. think this is going to be the longest video in the world with no talking. Because I was concentrating. Concentrating on what I was doing. Right, I'm going to put a bit of, is it this one or is it this one? This one. I'm going to put a little bit of light blue here. Because it's got like a little kind of reflection. So I just want to put that blue in because I think it will make a difference. It make it stand out a bit. Got a little bit above his eyebrow here. Like you can see the light where it's. I'm going to actually take some of that off with my palette knife. And then I can put that blue back in again. So look, once you scrape that, you can then put that back in again, which is really cool. It really stands out as well. Bit of blue here. So the blue is really good. I think the blue's great contrast. And because blue and orange are opposites on the colour wheel. Because red and yellow makes orange, and what's the missing primary colour? Blue. So this is your complementary colour. So when you put it together, that's why you get a muddy colour, because they're opposite colours and they don't blend, they don't mix, because you get brown. But they look good next to each other. So close up, they're fabulous. Okay, so I think that's about it, I think, before this video gets too long. Actually just want to scrape that bit off. And I'm going to put some blue down there because I just think it needs a bit of, that's quite cool. That's it. Just needed that contrast. So I think we're nearly done. I know I keep saying that, but I think I probably am now. Let's just put the lips, just do some more lines of the lips. So I'm gonna scrape some lines into the lips. Okay, so it's a bit like sculpting, and it's a bit like getting it how you want it, but kind of putting it on and taking it off again. So you're able to do that once it's on the paper. You can carve pieces out of it. If I want to put a highlight in this, I should be able to take that off. Let's try and see what it looks like. So how cool is that? So you can just take it off. Takes a bit of practice, but it's the same as everything. Above his lips, I want to carve a bit at the top there, where the Cupid's bow is. Okay. So this is just defining your final details of what you've got left. just this little bit here a bit more. I think this is because where the candle wax went. It's a bit harder. Right, so the blue, I want to put the blue back in here. It's just because I want to define that area a little bit. A little bit of blue underneath here. A little bit underneath here. So I think that's it. That's definitely it now. I'm not going to do any more. I'm not going to do any more because you're all going to cry. But it's fabulous to. Let's just put this. I'm just going to make this bit blue. Just because I feel like I need to. Let's give him a blue top. There you go. So it probably needs a bit more blending. There's a few more bits that we could do to it, but could be fiddling about with this like forever. Because there's loads of bits I'm like, oh, I need to blend this bit and I need to blend that bit. But I just wanted to show you how you can build it up, how you can build your picture up, using your colours, blending. Okay, so I'm sorry for the long video, but you know, it turned longer than I wanted it to. But just have fun with it. Just try new things, see how you get on, and just keep practicing. You know, just keep trying out new pictures, trying out new colours, new pastels. You know, blend them, try different blending techniques, and see what you like. And just try it and see what happens. So I'm looking forward to the next week. Thank you for your patience and I'll see you all soon. Bye. I just wanted to say I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop painting, so I decided to do a background as well because I thought it looks better with a background. So it's like I used blue and yellow really and just made the green background, but he looks nice with a green background. So make sure you give yourself a background. He looks weird when he's on the stand, so I have trouble. This is my tidy desk, look. So yeah, I haven't got much room, so give him a background and make him look cool. And sign it, don't forget to sign it. Bye.